The American Paint Horse is one of the most rapidly growing North American horse breeds that are marked by their signature color patterns combining splotches of white with other common dark colors. These are horses with a pleasant personality. Unlike the leopard pattern of the Appaloosa, the design on the coat of this horse is splotched, though, rarely, they can be solid-colored as well. In order to be registered with the American Paint Horse Association, an American paint must belong to the bloodline of the thoroughbred, the American Quarter Horse, or the American Paint Horses. History and development. During the invasion of the Empire of Rome at around 500 AD, a few of the barbaric tribes introduced spotted oriental steeds to Spain which they brought from Eurasia. It was then that these spotted horse bred with the local stocks. This breed flourished in Spain, and started taking after what is generally called the standard paint horse markings. The ancestry of the American Quarter Horse and the thoroughbred are the same as these paint horses. Thus, the paint horse must also abide by the same body type that has been set for the stock horses like the quarter horse. It describes a muscular animal that is heavy but not too tall, with a low center of gravity for maneuverability, and powerful hindquarters suitable for rapid acceleration and sprinting. 700 AD records have demonstrated that the spotted horses had the standard Tobiano and Overo patterned coats. At that point, the Spanish conquistadors brought their own horses with themselves when they visited the United States. These steeds are believed to be the precursors of the present-day American paint horses. In 1940, as the American Quarter Horse Association came into being, they started to preserve the horses that fall under the stock type. However, they kept the pinto coats and the crop-out ones from consideration, the ones that were born with white marks above the hocks and knees, or with white spots on their bodies. The fans of colorful stock horses, not losing their enthusiasm, formed several organizations with the intention of promoting and preserving the paint horses. Thus, in 1965, some of these bodies converged to establish the American Paint Horse Association. Interesting facts. The American Paint Horse is very similar to the pinto horses in color. However, the main difference between them is related to their bloodlines. The APHA, since foundation, has become the third largest registry, has grown from 3,800 registered horses to more than 250,000 in the present day. The association registers more than 25,000 foals every year. The two main colors of these horses, viz. the Overo and the Tobiano, are distinguished by the position of the white coloring on their coats. Behavioral characteristics: obedient temperament with a docile disposition, amiable, loyal, intelligent, easily trainable. Physical descriptions: muscular, firm neck, muscular but short back, stout legs, sloping shoulders, mid-size ears, intelligent eyes. Colors: two types found, spotted and solid. The spotted horses are a combination of white with bay, chestnut, or sorrel, brown, black. Solid color horses are extremely rare. Common uses: general riding, work, sports, jumping, racing, rodeo. Lifespan/expectancy 30 to 31 years. Weight 1,150 pounds. Height, size, 16 hands. Health problems: lethal white syndrome, LWS, or Overo lethal white syndrome, OLWS, or white foal syndrome, WFS, is common with foals that are born homozygous for this gene. Such horses are euthanized shortly after birth, else they die within a few days with underdeveloped intestinal tract complications. Other genetic disorders might include hyperkalemic periodic paralysis, HYPP, hereditary equine regional dermal asthenia, HERDA, equine polysaccharide storage myopathy, called PSSM, polysaccharide storage myopathy, in paints, quarter horses, and Appaloosas, malignant hyperthermia, MH, and glycogen branching enzyme deficiency, GBED, wobbler syndrome, those that have the influence of thoroughbred down the bloodline. Movements: even walk, energetic trots with long strides. Blood type: warm-blooded. Ancestors: quarter horse, thoroughbred. Popular traits: strong and hardy, multi-talented, easily maintainable. Feeding/diet: general horse diet consisting of hay, grass, grains, vegetables, etc. Country of origin: USA. Year/time of development: 1962. The piebald horse: pied or piebald is a color pattern of horses distinguished by large black patches on a white coat. The term piebald has evolved from two words: pie for magpie, and bald for white patch. In the UK, the color combinations piebald and skewbald, white with another color other than black, are collectively called colored. In the U.S., the word used for describing this color pattern is pinto. Piebald horses have a black base coat with a gene for one of the spotting patterns, including Tobiano, Sabino, Splash Overo, and Frame. Pinto horse. The coat color of horses identified by broad white patches along with any other color on the body is called pinto. Pinto horses may vary in colors and patterns, including piebald, skewbald, tricolored, Tobiano, Overo, Tavaro, and dominant white. The pinto coloring is one of the most famous horse coat patterns in the U.S., and several breed registries strongly recommend the breeding of horses with pinto coat. Although the word paint is often used to represent pinto horses, it specifically signifies the American paint horse that has a pinto coat with thoroughbred and American quarter horse ancestry. It is believed that the pinto horses, because of their striking spotted patterns, were selectively bred in ancient Egypt, Rome, and transported to the New World by the Spanish and Portuguese explorers. The Pinto Horse Association of America, incorporated in 1956, encourages the promotion and maintenance of records and pedigrees of pinto horses and ponies. You will find detailed charts of each color pattern and its name at the end of this video. In the 1500s, Spanish explorers brought the predecessors of the paint horse breed to North America. These horses likely had Barb, Andalusian, and Arabian bloodlines and sported distinctive spotted and two-tone coloring. In fact, many experts believe explorer Hernando Cortés brought a particular sorrel and white stallion to North America from which the modern paint breed might be descended. Many of these horses ended up roaming wild across the continent, catching the eyes of Native Americans. They adopted and bred the horses, admiring them for their coat patterns, strength, and friendly personalities. British colonists eventually introduced thoroughbreds to the gene pool, resulting in a sturdy working horse that was highly intelligent and steady on the trail. Some of these horses kept their spots while others were solid in color. Until 1940, paints shared a gene pool with quarter horses, at which time the American Quarter Horse Association formed and excluded horses with too much white, meaning all paints, from its registry. But the multicolored horses remained popular, and eventually, the American Paint Quarter Horse Association and the American Stock Horse Association formed. The two joined in 1965 to form today's American Paint Horse Association, which keeps the breed's registry. Paint horse size. The paint horse stands between 14 hands, 56 inches, and 16 hands, 64 inches, on average. Those with thoroughbred heritage are typically on the taller side. The average weight ranges from 950 to 1,200 pounds, a bit heavier than many full-size horse breeds. Paint horse breeding and uses. Besides their unique coat patterns, paint horses were bred for their friendliness, calm demeanor, intelligence, athleticism, and trainability. Due to their strength, speed, agility, and stamina, they were traditionally used for transportation and work. Nowadays, paint horses are a very versatile breed with representatives in almost every equine sport. You'll find them barrel racing, jumping in the stadium and in cross-country events, working cattle, trail riding, combined driving, and much more. In addition, many individual paint horses find success in multiple equine sports or activities. Colors and markings. The paint's distinctive coat patterns can occur in any combination of white plus another color, such as bay, black, palomino, or chestnut. The patterns and colors vary greatly, and no two horses are precisely the same. Some paint horses are a solid or almost solid color. Paint horses display several named color patterns. The three main ones are Tobiano. These horses usually have a color over one or both flanks with rounded white patches around their withers and tail. The head is colored and can have markings, such as stars, blazes, or strips. The tail and mane hair can be of two colors. Overo. Horses with this pattern have irregular white patches across their bodies, though their backs are usually a solid color. The legs are colored but can have white stockings. The face is mainly white. Tavaro. These horses are mainly white on the body while the upper head, chest, and flank areas are a color. Some Tavaro horses have blue eyes. All coat patterns may be interspersed with white hairs, known as roan. In addition, paints may have any of the typical equine facial and leg markings. Unique characteristics of the paint horse. The colored coat patterns are rightfully the paint horse's most distinctive trait. But the breed is about far more than color. Its colors, patterns, and markings combine with its muscular, well-balanced stature to create a truly striking physical appearance. Beyond their beauty, paints are prized for their friendly, easygoing temperament. These are relaxed and highly social horses with natural intelligence that makes them unchallenging and rewarding common health and behavior problems. Paint horses are typically easy to work with and lack notable behavioral issues. But they are prone to a few genetic health issues, including some that also run in quarter horse and thoroughbred bloodlines. One genetic disease associated with paints is lethal white syndrome. Some horses can just be carriers of the gene and have normal lives. But foals with 2 copies of the gene are typically born with a white coat and blue eyes. Internally their intestines haven't fully developed, so they quickly show signs of colic. Because there is no treatment for the disorder and the foals usually die within a few days, humane euthanasia is recommended. Furthermore, due to the lineage of American quarter horse breeding, some paints also might be prone to hyperkalemic periodic paralysis, a genetic disorder that causes muscle twitching and weakness. And some are at risk of hereditary equine regional dermal asthenia, a disorder that weakens tissue. These issues commonly affect quarter horses, as well. Please subscribe and leave a comment below, and keep watching for our color pattern charts coming up.